everyone, my name is Gwen, and as promised, I am here today to record a video that was promised to you pertaining to positioning yourself for success in your gift, skill, or talent. So I recorded this video today because obviously a lot of people have been asking me career-related choices, whether you're in high school and you want to further your studies, but you're not really sure what you want to study, or you have studied something, but you're just struggling to get a job in what you have studied. So in this video, I will be capturing everything that is pertaining to that and more. So maybe to give you a background of my career and where I come from, I am an internal auditor by profession. I studied internal auditing as my degree. I'm also a member of the Institute of Internal Auditors. So that means I perform my duties under a certification body. What else? So, in terms of my career, it started in 2019 after completing my degree in 2018. So, when I was looking for employment, I was looking for something that internal audit related, and I found myself landing a role in compliance, in quality assurance, to be accurate, but that's under compliance. And that's where, from that point, the company that I was working with decided that because I have an internal audit degree and they saw something greater in me, and they were like, we have to get you on board to start internal audits for us. So that's when I started my journey as an internal auditor for the company in 2019 at the age of 23. So fast forward to that, I think 3 months later, I was promoted to be internal audit manager for the company. So basically, I was tasked to start my own department, to look for my people, interview them, and get them established as part of my department. All of this is happening as a new graduate, just very new in the field of employment, but everything happened as it was meant to be, I believe. So that's basically, in a nutshell, a background of my career and what I've done. Obviously, I've been also doing other things apart from internal audit. So I've done a bit of radio before, which was quite interesting. And hence, that's where I get maybe the confidence to be here and speak to you guys about anything and everything that I feel you guys deserve to know or to receive from me. So let's get into it. I'll start with career choices in high school. So if you are in high school and you're not really sure what you want to study, this is for you. So the first point is, I believe you should spend more time with yourself. So this is the point, this is the time where you should spend your time getting to know yourself, evaluate what you're passionate about, what comes easier to you, what do you do well naturally, So this is the time for you to do inner work, and that will help you establish your passion, what you feel that you can do as a career, and also how you can contribute in the world ecosystem. So basically, if you're shy or you're just good at background work, you're just good at art, but you're not really good at speaking, then you know that you can't go and want to be a presenter, because that's contradicting your personality and really your niche. So when you get to know yourself, when you get to study yourself and look at what you are good at naturally, that's a hint, or that's the direction you should look towards you. So once you've done that, you research career choices related to your passions. So for example, I knew that I wanted to do internal audit for a very long time, or I knew that I wanted to be in the corporate business space, but internal audit kicked in when I understood business better, and I wanted to make sure that every business runs with justice and righteousness. So basically, that's how the love for internal audit came about, because internal audit ensures that businesses are run ethically, morally, people are not exploited, in everything pertaining to legal, if I can put it like that. So once you have an idea of what you want to study, seek the type of environment that will help you gain more knowledge. So if you want to be in the aviation space, you should maybe approach companies or approach people who work in aviation, request to visit their their place of employment, request to speak to them or to sit with them for a day at work and see the environment that you think you want to be a part of. And you know, before applying in university, then you know that you definitely want to be in that environment. So expose yourself to a place that you feel passionate about while you're still in high school. And also, make sure you master the subjects that you are good at. So if you're good at maths and you're good at accounting, make sure you master that, because that's possibly going to be your career in the long run. If you feel that maybe you want to do accounting, but you're not really good at accounting, that doesn't still stop you from pursuing accounting. So you just need to put some extra effort or do some extra work in it. But you would have already discovered, after spending time with yourself, after looking at your personality and everything about you, you would have already concluded that this is where you want to be, and that's where you apply more effort and more time in mastering that skill. Once you have done that, the fifth point is apply on time. So if you are applying at university, make sure that you check for the closing date, you check for the requirements, you check if they want you to submit extra work, a proposal or motivational letter, check all the requirements for the profession you want to get into, and make sure that you submit everything on time. So that's on career choice for my high school mates. Now we're going to move on to graduates. So you've studied, you've graduated, and you're seeking employment. So I've got a few points pertaining to that. So the first one as well, strongly believe in self-introspection. If you've studied physics or studied medicine, or you're still studying medicine, and you feel that you're no longer passionate about it as you were when you started, that's still okay, but you still need to be honest with yourself. So you need to evaluate whether you're still interested in that space or you want to venture into something else. Because you find that a lot of people study something at the beginning because they were passionate about it, and people evolve, people grow, and as you grow, you might discover that you're more passionate about something else, but you already have this degree, so what do you do then? So that's the point where you need to be honest with yourself. If you have a degree and you still feel that you want to pursue it, then yes, go for it. If you have it, but you feel like you want to change your career, be honest with yourself, and that's when you need to make different choices. It's either you choose to study something else if you have the means, or you choose to maybe do some volunteer work, expose yourself to your new passion then, if you find that you have the degree but you're no longer interested. Okay. The second point is, if you have decided that you're pursuing that profession with your degree or your qualification, have a CV that is specific to the profession you're interested in. So if you've got a CV, like myself, I did radio while I was still at the university, but when I was applying for my internal audit role or my compliance role, I didn't include my radio experience, did I? No, not sure, can't remember. But the point is, don't include everything that you've done, because then it makes your CV very long, and also employers don't have a lot of time, and there's a lot of people applying for that same position. So make sure that your CV is very specific to the job that you're applying for. So if you're applying for an accounting role, put your accounting experience, put your volunteering experience in an accounting field, anything that will enhance your overall personality and your skill and your character for that position, then you can include it. But if it's a different industry and a different thing pertaining to what you want to do, just exclude it. Third point, research all your career choices available. So for example, I'll make an example with internal audit because that's my profession. So for example, if you studied internal auditing, research everything else that an internal auditor can do in the field, in the business world, in the system that we're in. So for example, internal auditing offers compliance, finance, risk management, corporate governance, quality assurance. There's so many things that you can do with just an internal audit degree. So if you have a qualification, research everything else that you can do with your degree. So don't just focus on one thing, because then it limits your choices, and then it just narrows your possibilities of landing a role. And also apply for what resonates with you. So I think for me, compliance resonates with me more than finance, like financials. So you know that if you have internal audit and you want to pursue internal audit, then do that. But if you find that compliance resonates with you and you have an internal audit degree, or risk management resonates with you and you have an internal audit degree, pursue risk management. You will still do well in it, and you will still land very good roles in it, and you'll grow. So be open-minded with your qualification. And don't wait too long for a response. If you're not getting a response so if you've applied for something and they say within 2 weeks, if you haven't received a response from us, consider your qualification to be unsuccessful, then after 2 weeks, don't wait. Move on to something else. Apply again, apply for something else. If you receive feedback and maybe they tell you that you've been unsuccessful after applying, then I think what you should do is, which is very important, request for reasons why you didn't make it. So ask them to elaborate more, ask them to tell you why you didn't make it, what you can improve on, or what you fell short on, so that when you're applying for the similar role next time, you're more prepared and you're possibly, the best candidate. So let's get to the interview side. So if you have applied and you've been considered for the role, you'll get a call or an email telling you, we would like to interview you for this position. You make it there, and on the day of your interview. Right, so let's get into it. Number one, confidence is key. Confidence is key because, one, there's a lot of people who are applying for that same role, and you have to set yourself apart. So you have to really dig deep and look for something that sets you apart and makes you different from everyone else. If you get into the room after someone else who's applying for that same position, there must be a distinct difference between the two of you. Yes, you have the same qualification, maybe you have something better that they don't, but character and how you present yourself, your aura, your personality plays a huge role in your interview time that you have. So make sure that you're confident. And I believe that a lot of people self-sabotage themselves. Like, you get to a room and you're already so not sure. You're already anticipating failure, or you're already doubting yourself. And to be honest with you, that shows. If you're not really confident in yourself, if you feel like you're not really good enough for the position, or if you feel like, oh, I saw someone else was better than me, all of that shows. So interviewers, and also unfortunately, people are running a business. So it's not a charity organization. They're not really interested in why you're looking for the role. They just want you to be the best candidate for the role. So they want value for money. And I find that the unfortunate thing is, mostly with people of my color, black people, you find that when they're looking for a job, they're thinking about their situation. I want to change the situation at home. I want to get paid so that I can make ends meet. Granted, those are valid points, but unfortunately the interviewer or the company wants someone who's going to add value for money. So it should be more than that. Yes, you're looking for money, we all want to be paid. But you should dig deep. There must be something unique about you. There must be something that you are bringing in that no one else has. And we all have it. We are all unique, and we all bring something that someone else doesn't have. And before you go for that interview, you should really spend some time developing yourself, developing your self-esteem, how you speak to yourself, the things you meditate on, how you perceive yourself. That will all play out. That will portray to your interviewer, and that will give you almost an upper hand in comparison to the next person, because you're prepared and you know what you bring. Also, I think we should get to a point where looking for employment should not be about working for someone. Obviously, not all of us are going to be entrepreneurs at the word go, so we want to get into employment as a starting point, and that's where most people are at as graduates. So you should get to a point where you know that you're also bringing something. So it's not that the company is doing you a favor by bringing you on board. You are also going in with your skill, with your talent, with your gifts. You're also going there with a mindset that will help them to make profit. So you are going there as a value add, and that's how you should perceive yourself. Because it's never about the money. The money comes because they see value in you. The money comes because even when you are negotiating your salary, don't be afraid to say, I think I deserve to get paid this amount, because you know the value that you bring, and you know the work and the impact that you're going to have in that company once you start working with them. Take note, I say with, because you're not working for someone, you're working with them, because it's supposed to be a partnership. Doesn't matter the role that you're going to be in, you are still partaking in it and adding value. So they need you to fulfill a certain function in their cycle that will not make the business work if you are not there. So you are more than just an employee to earn money at the end of the month. You are there to help their company grow, to help their company achieve their objectives, and that's how you should perceive yourself. Sure. So point number 2, research about the company that you want to work with. I think a lot of people spend time studying interview questions. In the age that we are in, I think employers are more interested in personality, and they're more interested in the real, authentic you, because that's going to be you performing your role every single day. So I think spend more time researching about what the company does. And also, I think you would already have an idea, because why would you apply in a place that you are not passionate about? Why would you apply in a company that you don't see yourself growing in or adding value in, or doesn't resonate with you? So if you're applying for a job in a certain company, make sure that you know what they are about, what their objectives are, what their shortfalls are, what they want to achieve. All of those things will give you an upper hand, because also in your interview time that you have with your interviewer, you are also telling them how you can help them achieve their objectives with your skill and with your achievements. So it's a two-way thing, and I think on our end as employees, we tend to forget that we also add value, and you just think that the company is doing you a favor, and that's never the case. Point number 3, don't overthink, don't panic, and don't over-prepare. So, like I said, I think the most preparation that goes into securing your desired role in any sphere is preparation of self. So if you can prepare yourself, if you can prepare your inner work, if you can prepare your character, your personality, your aura, all of those things are preparation enough. Because everything else you can learn. You can learn a certain skill. They can teach you how to be better at Excel, but they can't teach you how to be ethical. So all of those things play a role, more than trying to master 15 interview questions that are prominent or that are known to get you the job. Point number 4, don't be afraid to state your desired salary. I think, as I mentioned earlier. So if you are looking for a job, make sure that you look for the average pay for that profession. If the average pay is 30,000 and the company is advertising for 10, don't apply. There is a company, the next company is offering your average pay. So there's always room for you to get what you deserve. So don't be afraid to state what you think you deserve to get paid, because that's what you'll be doing every single day. You'll be waking up every morning, putting in effort, putting in the work, spending time in that company. So it's only fair that you state exactly what you believe you deserve to earn. Obviously, it's a give and take. Some are willing to pay more, some are not willing to pay more. And also, that's maybe a hint, if if, for example, I'll give you a personal example, I was headhunted in this company that wanted me to do compliance for them, and to do basically something very similar to internal audit, but it was very, very broad. So I knew the work that was going to be put in there, but when they gave me the financial offer, I had to decline, because I knew that that work is worth more than what they were offering. So after declining that role, a few weeks later, or in a month or two, I was actually called in again for something else, for another role, which I'm currently in now, which is, you know, bigger than what I prayed for, you know. So there's always room for you to get what you deserve. And I think we need to get to that point where we are comfortable to tell employers that what you are offering is not average pay for this profession, and that's not even legal, to be honest with you. That's not even legal, you know. So it's one of those things that we need to learn and equip ourselves to really challenge and put out there and make sure that we, you know, we get money for value. You know, you're putting your skill out there, you've studied this thing, you love it, but also you need to make sure that you make a living, a good living out of what you give to the world. Point number 5. Okay, I've covered this. If you're not successful, you need to request that they give you feedback on why you are not successful, so that you can better prepare yourself for your next position. Last but not least, pray. I believe in prayer a lot. So it's the last point, but it's probably the most important point. I believe that every single person is under God's desire to succeed. So God wants you to prosper. You are in God's agenda for prosperity. So that you should know, you know. And so don't be afraid to pray, you know. Pray about what you want to study. Pray about what you want to practice. Pray about your profession. Pray about that role that you're going to apply for. Pray about that offer that you have received, because, you know, prayer brings alignment, and prayer brings peace and fulfillment, you know. You want to make sure that you are practicing what is in accordance to God's purpose for you, because what we are doing is not really just a job, but you are expressing God's gift within you. So contact the giver of the gift pertaining to the gift, and success is inevitable, you know. God wants you to succeed, so pray, call upon Him, and everything will go well. I actually have a scripture reference on Proverbs 18 verse 16, which says, "A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men." So there you have it. Your gift shall make room for you. So don't be afraid to express your gift, express yourself, explore, learn, pursue. Don't be afraid to be yourself. More than anything, don't be afraid to be yourself. Stand for something. You know, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. That's what people say. So I hope this was valuable to you. I hope you've learned something from this video. If you do have questions, please do contact me. I will be posting the video on my social platforms. I will be posting the video on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram as well. Also, yes, I forgot. LinkedIn. If you don't have LinkedIn as a student, as a professional, you're not serious about your career. Get LinkedIn. Any skill, any profession, you have to have LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is LinkedIn must pay me for this. Please hit me up, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional space. So if you're looking for employment, that's where you find your recruiters. If you're looking for peers, people who are in the same industry, LinkedIn is the place to go to. If you're looking for a certain skill or idea, literally LinkedIn is the place for you to be. If you are a professional, you want to expand your knowledge, you want to grow, you want to see yourself thrive in any industry, you have to be on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn, unlike any other social platforms, it still maintains great professionalism, it still maintains great positivity, so everyone in that space just wants to help someone. So I wish you all the best, and I think we will continue to communicate further. If you've got questions, Send me your questions if you've got recommendations, comments, anything, any type of feedback is welcome. My love to you goes deep, and thank you very much.